this is the kind of play I think that makes Ohio State fans rightfully nervous about what might come down the road, because this is what we talked about all offseason. When it's 3rd and 1, can you get a yard and sustain your drive? When you're in the short red zone, can you finish off a drive with a touchdown rather than have to settle for a field goal? And here is Ohio State lined up on the hash under center. They're in their bigger personnel package. It's 22 personnel really, with 2 tight ends out there to the left. One is Cade Stover, number 9, a traditional tight end. The other is number 41, Josh Fryer, who is an offensive lineman that Ohio State likes to use as a jumbo tight end in these sets. In the backfield, you have Mitch Rossi, who is a kind of a tight end fullback hybrid. In this case, he's playing as an offset fullback in a kind of offset I formation look. On the back side of the play to the right, you have number 10, Xavier Johnson. He's a wide receiver in a tight split who's going to basically just kind of block the backside of this play. And Ohio State is trying to get a yard here to sustain a drive early in the second quarter. And there's 2 breakdowns that kind of throw this play off. The first, you can kind of see it from the jump there. It's on the right side of the offensive line. And number 91, that defensive tackle, makes a really good play just coming across the face of the guard, Matthew Jones. Now, I think ideally what you'd like here, if you're Ohio State, is for number 53, the center, Luke Whippler, to get a little piece of that guy before he climbs up to the second level so aggressively. Give Matt Jones a little bit of help and maybe knock that guy back toward the right side rather than just kind of free release and let that guy knife into the backfield as aggressively as he does. So it looks like it's just Matt Jones completely whiffing, and I suppose you can call it that, but I think if they could get a little bit of a double team combo there with the center, that would help negate that a little bit, but that doesn't happen. So that guy's in the backfield, and that immediately makes this play pretty difficult to execute. But I don't think it's a dead play here. But that combined with the combination of a running back track here that I think is a little too interior based off what I believe to be the design of this play, which is to be a little more outside hitting, kind of follow the lead block there of Mitch Rossi. And if you see, it's kind of an interior rushing lane there for Travion Henderson. I think you might want to see him get his shoulders a little more kind of square to that hole where Mitch Rossi is. And because that's more of an inside track, it kind of leads him to that defensive tackle that had kind of blown up that side of the play, and it gets dropped in the backfield. But if you kind of ignore that for just a second and you think about what this play is designed to do, which is kind of hit the hole there between the left tackle and the left guard, it's really well blocked on that side. Cade Stover, number 8, gets up to the cornerback, seals that guy off. Josh Fryer, number 41, tosses that lineman to the ground. Paris Johnson, same deal, gets inside of that guy, drives him out. You have Mitch Rossi in the hole to kind of handle that linebacker. Luke Whippler, 53, is at the second level. This is designed like we just have to get a yard and keep the drive going. But the way it is blocked, if Travion Henderson can kind of get away from that defensive tackle, there's space there for this to be even more than that. But it's certainly blocked well enough at the point of attack for this to be a first down for Ohio State. But the combination of the loss up front and maybe a little bit of a miscue on a missed opportunity for a combo block with the track of a running back that's probably a little more inside pointing than it needs to be, kind of knocks this play off target. And again, that speaks to execution and what Ryan Day calls well targeted runs. I suppose you could look at it and say, well, here's Ohio State again lining up on the hash, running the ball into the boundary and getting outnumbered at the point of attack, but they're really not. If you kind of count what's going on over there, Penn State has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by the time number 41 gets there defenders, and Ohio State has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. So that tackle kind of blows it up, but the numbers are there for this to be a successful run for Ohio State. So it is a run into the boundary. They do it a lot. I think they could benefit from doing more play action, but I don't think this play is a negative play simply because they decided to run the ball into the boundary. I think it's a negative play because you had a couple of miscues, things that could be cleaned up a little bit, which again speaks more to execution than anything else. But you're talking about a matter of inches here. Even on that handoff exchange. They almost look like they trip over each other, I think, because C.J. Stroud's expecting that to hit a little wider than Trevion is, and for whatever reason it hits inside. So really difficult, I think, for the running back once that guy gets as far into the backfield as that defensive tackle does. But it's well blocked on the front side of the play. So a little better execution on the right side of the line, a little better execution from the running back, and this is probably a first down and a play that we're not talking about, rather than a play that Ryan Day said on Tuesday was still driving him crazy, 48 hours after Ohio State played this game.